continuation of the Sundrycraft server videos. First thing I'm going to do is show you the area around what we politely refer to as the Outerlord, and there's a nice little suit of armor there. And so we're heading up toward the Outerlord, and I'm going to give you a faraway look and see that for the holidays it got turned into Rudolph. Now let me walk up toward there, and if you notice, we don't have steps anymore, we have ramps. Kind of a nice little addition to the mods that we use. It's done through using carpenter's blocks. So instead of steps in a lot of places, they have all been replaced with these nifty little ramps. Now there's a little playground complete with sand and the little wood edging for little kids who happen to possibly be around. And let's head up more toward the Outerlord and see the temple around the Outerlord. And there you see a faraway view of Geek Labs right ahead, which was that first place that was under construction when I was up here before. And there again is another look at the Outerlord and a gigantic tree with lights wrapped around it, and off in the distance you see the Geek and Sundry logo kind of obscured. And now I'm going to head back to the hub where you spawn. Just giving you a quick little glimpse around the area. If some missed my turn off there, let me get back. There we go. And nope, I'm actually going to take a look at something for you. It seems like I missed it again. I'm a little discombobulated, it looks like. Okay. Now, here we go. Heading back toward the hub. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go out toward the desert again, which I absolutely love. There's a little extra nifty out there that I absolutely adore. We've always had dormitories in the Sundrycraft server for like people who don't feel like building their own house and stuff. Also, for the holidays, if you'll notice, the chests that were in the main part of the hub were actually dressed up as presents. Now you can tell it's raining. Of course, it's always raining on the Sundrycraft server a lot of times. And there's a good look at the Geek and Sundry logo dressed up for this time of year. Originally, I thought that was a hangman thing on top, but actually all it is an ornament hook. So they made the Geek and Sundry logo into an ornament. Now, if you notice, the other flat Geek and Sundry logo over here on the left is finished. Now, there's also a big animal floating in the sky that I have no idea what it is. I wish I knew. I could tell you, but I don't. So what I'm going to do up here real quick is I'm going to shoot off to the left here and shoot across the big Geek and Sundry logo and show people exactly how big it is. Because it's pretty massive in scope of builds that I've seen. It took quite a while to build this thing, I know. So I'm going to walk right through the middle of it. As you can tell, I'm coming up on the U in Sundry and the big old @ sign, or the and sign right there. And so I am heading into the second E in Geek, just to make sure I give you an overall look as to the scope of this thing. And it goes on for quite a while, considering each one of these blocks is 1 meter by 1 meter if you do it in scale. This thing is huge. I could probably fit about 30 of my houses right on this logo alone, to give you some perspective. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head off into the desert, so I'm just making my way back to the bridge. And if you'll notice, when I get back up on here, the rail system is actually starting to get fleshed out pretty well. If you can see the rails over there, and you'll notice they go up and over the bridge way up here. Now I'd explore that place a little bit more, but I'm going to save that for a future video. First thing I want to do is I want to get to, I've got one building in specific that I want to show everybody because I think it is completely awesome. So here we go. And we're going back up into the desert. Now if you notice, there's not as many steps into the desert as there used to be. Those are there, but all of a sudden there's this gigantic building off to the left here. Also, somebody dug out a big chunk of the desert and filled it in with water from the area. But yeah, let me take a quick look at this building over here. And I'm sorry, it seems like I jump every time I stop. But yeah, let's jump up here so I can give you a quick little up close view of this building. And partially because I love the purple blocks, you know, just because purple's my thing. But the building that I want to show you is up there. If you can see it in the distance, I'm focusing right on it. And you can kind of see the back side of the Geek and Sundry logo turns Christmas ornament. Anyway, if you can tell, there's the casino off to, well, sort of my left, but straight ahead. Now I'm heading directly at the building that I want to go to. And with that building that's done up in bricks over on the right, I don't know what that is. I didn't actually stop and take a look. Unfortunately, I should have. But as you can tell, there's also a gigantic menorah done up over here on the right, and you can see the backside of Rudolph, aka Utterlord. I don't know when they changed it. And if you notice this big building in blue and white up here with all the gigantic Christmas lights hanging from it, it's called Oxenfree, and we're going to go in. It's more than just dormitory, but I want to show you around a little bit. I love the glass doors. Those are just carpenter's doors, skinned in glass, blue and white. You can see the Oxenfree name as we come in. Now, if you'll notice over here, there are all of the animals. What they're for, I'm not quite sure. I didn't really look. But there's a lot of vendors through here, too. We used NPCs as vendors in here. There was a lot of time taken on that. See, Oxenfree. And there, if you notice, there's a gigantic fountain coming down through the center. Now, I'm going to take you up on each one of the floors because this is a massive building. There's a public work area right here, as you can see. It says work area for public use. It has all kinds of chests, all kinds of everything, including an anvil, forge chests full of stuff. And here we're going into the specific dormitories. And if you look closely, that's Big Fantasies. That's Pilgrim 85's place. That's TK's apartment, as you can tell. I'm just reading them off as I go because, well, there's another work area with all kinds of nifties in it. And as you can see, we're on the second floor because there's a big 2 there. And let me show you some more of the apartments. There's another one. And there's Dim Geeks. And Standard Humans. These are all people I play with on the server. And Kitty in her place. Awesome. Now we're going to go up to the 3rd floor. As I said, this place is massive, and I love that fountain that's there in the middle. So let's get up to the 3rd floor. And here we go. Climbing the stairs, and that big atrium is just awesome. And again, I'm just going to kind of zoom by some of the residents' different apartments that they have in here, just to kind of give you a little quick look around. I'm not going to show you every resident's apartment, but believe me, there's a lot of them here. See, and there's another one. Most of them are mostly just beds in a room. There's love bots. There's icy webs. There's Snowy Eagle. And now we're on the 4th floor, as you can tell. And so we are going to take a look. Now these are some of the more appointed ones. This is one that I wasn't able to read. I really should have taken better looks at these signs. There's gates. Now there was one back there that you should have seen a piano in, which is awesome. Dislux's place. There's a couple of suites in here, and we're on almost the top floor. No, actually the piano's coming up. There's one more floor that I can actually get access to, even though there appears to be a balcony on the floor above me. On the 5th floor, as you can see, it just says E. What the E for is, I'm not sure. But you can see the fountain still coming from way up, all the way down through the center of the building, which is awesome. And this is Maru's suite, as you can tell. That's the one with the piano in it. And up here, we have JPC Guy 89 suite. and what looks to be balconies over here. Let me go explore one real quick. And this is dangerous. I don't want to fall down. That one's reserved for who knows who at this point, but apparently somebody's already laid claim to it. Okay, let's see what we got out here. And yeah, that's just simply a little balcony, nothing major. Okay, and let's see what else is up here. Okay, I don't know if you caught it, but there was a snowman with a pumpkin head up on the balcony over there. It was a quick little view of him right there. And yeah, there's just looks like 4 balconies all around this top area. Now I'd love to be able to get up there. What the EW and everything are just basically telling you which directions you're facing. Now I'm going to head back down and out and show you an overall view from over by what is now Rudolph, to give you an overview of some of the things that have changed. As you can tell, there's been some massive expansion going on since the last time that I posted a walkthrough video of the server. And that just shows you how creative the people I play with are. Some of this stuff absolutely blows my mind. Here we are walking toward what is now Rudolph, and you can see a giant sword sticking up out of the ground. That is in reference to Critical Role's sword. As you can tell, it goes all the way down. You don't have a really good look at it there. But yeah, I'm going to head over, get a good look at Geek Labs from this angle. And there it goes. Now I'm going to go home, because there's one more thing that I want to show you that you can kind of see. And if you notice, there's like a big apple kind of that somebody built way off in the distance there as well. But there's 1 or 2 other really neat things that are coming up that I want to show everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport home. So you're going to see a jump cut. There we go. And I am home. And if you notice, I put some red candles on the wall instead of torches. And as I said, my chests now look like presents. So now I'm going to go outside and show you something that I think is really, really special that somebody took a lot of time to build. Okay, you can kind of see it off in the distance as we get closer. You can see Codex, and you can see a dog. That's Cubby. And they're going to take a little quick look at my house just to give you a far off view of it. But let me turn back to that. Now that's a nice little monument that somebody built to Cubby, because apparently recently Felicia's dog Cubby died. So we felt sad all about that, because he showed up on the vlog a couple of times. And so we made a memorial. And not only is this a memorial directly for Cubby, as you'll see here in a minute, but it's a place for anybody to put like a memorial up for any of their dear pets that they have lost over time. And there, I'll give you a little quick and loving memory of Cubby so that you can read it and see what we thought. And also there are other memorials all over this particular monument. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to my house, because it's getting dark and I don't like being out after nightfall, because I happen to live in an area where it's like filled with monsters, and I'm not a big fan of being caught out in the monsters. Okay, so I'm going to work my way back into my house. If you notice, I have a skull lantern sitting outside my house, which I think is really, really cool. That's from the archaeology mod that we use. And I'm about ready to show you my upper floor. It's changed a little bit, but there's something else besides what I've done up to the upper floor, which is simply putting glass doors, that I want to show you. Somebody took a lot of time and built some hot air balloons. Now what I'm trying to do is try to get a good view of them, because they're usually floating right above my house. But I don't see them, so I'm going to have to go outside. So you're going to get a decent look at my glass doors. Now instead of using 2 different colors of glass, which is basically what you do, you build a carpenter's door, and once the carpenter's door is hung, just kind of take whatever you want to cover it with and right click the door and it skins it to that material. That's the nice thing about the carpenter's block mod. So you can make your doors look like anything. It's awesome. So I just made standard glass doors, which I've wanted in this place forever anyway. But as you can tell, there's a spider, at least one out here, so I'm going to have to take care of the spider real quick. Bink. Okay, no, there's two now. Not good. But I think I can take care of them. There we go. There's one, but I'm getting hit from, there we go. It was behind me. So there's two. And I got some raspberry juice here, so I better drink some raspberry juice to get my little butt healed up. There we go, there's one. I think I'll drink another one. There we go. Okay, and I've got some stuff that I gotta pick up here, but I still want to find those balloons, see if I can give you a good view of them. So I want to come in here for a bit while my heart's restore, so that I don't die, of course. And I thought it was over on this side, but it doesn't look like I can find them here. So let's go over to the other side of my house, see if I can actually locate them. I'm going to look up and see what I can see. There's one of them. There's two of them. There's actually a third one that's obscured by my roof. Oh, nope, I'm getting hit again. Oh, nope, I'm holding juice. I don't want to die, so let me run back in here and close the door. Come and close the door. There we go. Now, this has been a quick tour of some of the changes that have happened on the Sundrycraft server. Thank you for watching.